They laughed. They rolled their eyes. They whispered behind your back. They called you crazy, delusional, a dreamer, maybe even pathetic. And at first, maybe you believed them. Because when you're just starting, when your hands are still shaking from the fear of failure, and your voice cracks from the weight of insecurity, laughter cuts deeper than any knife. But let me ask you something. Have you ever been so sure of something, deep in your gut, that it didn't matter who believed in you, as long as you did? That's where all greatness begins. This video isn't about success that comes easy. It's about the kind of success that's born in the shadows, when no one claps, no one watches, and no one believes. Except for you. This is for every person who dared to start small, who dared to be mocked, who dared to keep going, because in the end, they stop laughing, and they start asking you how you did it. Let's begin. Every success story you admire today has one thing in common. It started ugly. No fancy cameras, no applause, no followers, no hype. Just one person, one dream, and a lot of rejection. Think about it. When J.K. Rowling submitted Harry Potter, 12 publishers rejected her. When Elon Musk pitched electric cars, people laughed, said it was impossible, too risky, no market. When Oprah tried to get her first job in television, she was told she wasn't fit for TV. When you begin, people don't see your potential. They only see your present. They see the broken pieces, the shaky confidence, the lack of results. And it makes them uncomfortable, because your courage reminds them of their fear. So instead of cheering you on, they laugh. Here's something most people never talk about. When people mock you for trying something bold, it's not because you're failing. It's because they're scared you might succeed. Your effort shines a light on their inaction. Your hustle threatens their excuses. Your dream reminds them that they quit on theirs. So they laugh, not to hurt you, but to protect their fragile ego. It's called psychological projection. They see in you what they refuse to confront in themselves. And trust me, some of the loudest laughter comes from people who secretly wish they had your bravery. If you want to make it, you have to learn to love the mockery. Not because it feels good, it doesn't, but because it's proof that you're doing something that makes people feel something. Here's how to turn their doubt into drive. 1. Write it down. Every insult, every dismissal, every time someone laughed in your face, write it. Keep a doubt diary. One day, it'll be your trophy. 2. Train your mind like an athlete. Champions aren't built in comfort. They're built when people bet against them. Visualize every laugh as a weight in the gym. Lift it. 3. Speak less, work more. Don't waste your energy trying to prove yourself verbally. Let your results speak. The best clapback is success. 4. Seek silence, not applause. Growth loves silence. Focus on your craft. Master your art. Build in secret. Launch in public. There's a phase in every journey where things get quiet. No more laughter, but no applause either. This is the valley of doubt. You're past the starting line, but nowhere near the finish. This is where most people quit. Because no one's watching. The work feels thankless. Progress is slow. But this is exactly where legends are made. The middle is where you build character. It's where discipline replaces motivation, where systems replace emotion. Here's the truth. If you can survive the middle, the end will take care of itself. People will ignore you until they can't. They'll laugh until you're too successful to mock. But if you stop now, they win. If you stop now, their laughter becomes prophecy. So don't stop. Every day you show up, you add another brick to your foundation. Every rejection, every joke, every sneer, they're sharpening you. Use it. Fuel yourself with it. And one day, they won't laugh. They'll say, I always knew you'd make it. In the last part, we laid the foundation, how you're going to be ridiculed, underestimated, and laughed at when you begin. That laughter often says more about the insecurities of others than your own capabilities. And if you choose to keep going, something shifts, not in them, but in you. Now it's time to enter the storm, the journey from beginner to becoming someone truly unrecognizable. This is the part no one tells you about, the part that separates the dreamers from the doers. When you start anything new, there's adrenaline. There's this boost of motivation. You're excited, you feel unstoppable, but that doesn't last. Soon, that first wave crashes. The high wears off. You're left alone with the work. The early mornings, the late nights, the doubt, the silence. This is the part where most people quit, not because they're weak, but because no one prepared them for this emotional desert. Here's the truth. Success isn't glamorous. It's often repetitive, mundane, and exhausting. If you don't fall in love with the process, the grind itself, you won't last long enough to see the results. At some point in your journey, you will have a mirror moment. You will question everything. Is this really worth it? Am I wasting my time? What if I'm wrong? This is not weakness. This is the test. This is the part of your story where 99% stop, and where the 1%, the relentless, double down. The mirror moment is brutal because it strips away all external validation. There's no applause, no likes, no one watching. Just you and your why. If your why is strong enough, you'll walk right through that storm. And if it isn't, you'll turn back and regret it later. You must anchor to a reason deeper than money, fame, or revenge. Something rooted in purpose. Something only you truly understand. During this middle chapter, this storm, something magical happens. You start developing muscles no one can see, discipline when no one is watching, self-belief when no one claps, focus when distractions scream for your attention, patience when progress feels microscopic. These invisible muscles are what shape future success. Not your skill, not your looks, not your talent. Just pure consistency, molded in the dark. Let's talk about something raw. When you grow, you outgrow. You will lose people on this path. Friends, colleagues, maybe even family. Not because you want to, but because they can't relate to your growth. They'll say, "You've changed. You're too obsessed. You're not fun anymore." But that's the price. Growth demands isolation sometimes, and the higher you climb, the quieter it gets. This is painful, but necessary. Understand this, you're not meant to be understood by everyone. You're not meant to be liked by everyone. You're not meant to carry dead weight. Keep climbing. The journey isn't all darkness. There are small wins, moments that spark belief. Your first dollar earned. Your first thank you message. The first time someone says, "You inspired me." These micro moments matter. They are the emotional fuel that keeps your fire alive. Every small win is proof that you're on the right path. Every milestone tells your inner critic, "I am capable." So don't dismiss them. Celebrate them. They're not random, they're earned. Here's the twist. Remember the ones who laughed. They start watching, then they start asking, then they start imitating. At first, they doubted you. Now, they can't ignore you. But by the time they notice, you've changed. You don't need their approval anymore. That's the power of staying the course. You no longer care what they think. You've built something unshakable inside. Your confidence no longer comes from the outside. It comes from the path you walked, alone. When you look back, you'll barely recognize yourself. The pain molded you. The rejection hardened you. The consistency sculpted you. You are no longer the person they laughed at. You are no longer the beginner. You are someone else entirely. And the funny thing, now they want your advice. Now they say, I always knew you had it in you, but you know the truth. You earned this. They didn't believe. You did. The reason people don't keep going is because they never made the journey personal. They were chasing approval, or applause, or status. None of that lasts. What lasts is purpose. Make your vision personal. Make your habits personal. Make your dreams non-negotiable. When it becomes part of who you are, not just what you want, quitting isn't an option anymore. It's not a phase. It's your identity. You don't try, you become. Remember this, success doesn't happen all at once. It compounds. Every rep, every page, every dollar, every post, every email, it all adds up. Most people don't lack potential. They lack patience. The compound effect rewards those who stay in the game. One day people will ask, how did you blow up overnight? And you'll smile, because you know the truth. There was nothing overnight about it. It was all brick by brick. As you reach the end of the storm, you realize something else. This is just level 1. The next chapter requires a new version of you. New risks, new challenges, new sacrifices. But now, you're ready. Because you didn't just survive the laughter, you thrived in it. You turned it into motivation. You turned it into momentum. You became unstoppable. They laughed. You remember that clearly. But now the tables have turned. This part of the story isn't about revenge. It's not even about proving them wrong. It's about something far more powerful, proving yourself right. This is the moment when things shift, when your obsession becomes your gift. When your silent work becomes loud results, when your solitude is replaced with applause. This is where you cross over. Success doesn't knock. It barges in when you least expect it. It happens in silence, slowly, then all at once. You wake up one morning and everything feels the same. But something has changed. People who doubted you now share your quotes. People who ignored you now ask for your time. People who laughed, they're quiet now. Why? Because results are undeniable. That business you started with nothing? It's profitable. That YouTube channel they mocked? It's hitting milestones. That body transformation, it's visible. That mindset, it's unbreakable. You didn't change to prove anything. You changed because it was necessary. Here's the paradox. The road to success is lonely, but so is success itself. When you win, not everyone will clap. Some will envy you, some will dismiss you, some will pretend they supported you all along. But that's okay. You didn't come this far for their approval. You came this far to become who you were meant to be. Your circle gets smaller, but the vision gets clearer. The distractions fall away, but your values stand taller. The noise fades, but your voice strengthens. You find peace not in applause, but in purpose. Here's the beautiful twist. You become them, not the ones who laughed, the ones who rise. You become the person others look to when they're lost, the one they quote, follow, ask advice from. People start saying, if they did it, maybe I can too. Your story becomes a blueprint. Your scars become a survival guide. Your journey becomes the torch in someone else's darkness. This isn't arrogance. It's responsibility. Because you know what it feels like to have no support. So now, you become the support. You reach back and help others climb. That's how the cycle continues. Success isn't a one-time event. It's a system, a rhythm, a discipline. Here's what keeps you sharp. Morning routines. You don't wake up when you feel like it. You wake up because you have work to do. Learning daily. Books, podcasts, mentors. You stay a student. Self-reflection, journaling, quiet time, meditation. You stay aware. Physical health. The gym, the runs, the diet. Your body is your engine. Boundaries, you say no, not to be rude, but to stay focused. Purpose over pleasure. You choose meaning over momentary thrills. These habits aren't optional. They're survival tools in a world full of distractions. Yes, it's real. When you finally make it, you'll feel a strange emotion. Guilt. Why? Because you left some people behind. Because not everyone made it with you. Because others are still stuck and you're not. But here's the truth. You're not responsible for other people's inaction. You can inspire, but you can't carry everyone. You can lead, but you can't drag. So instead of guilt, feel gratitude. Be grateful you had the courage to act, the resilience to push, the humility to learn, and the discipline to stay the course. It's not the money, not the cars, not the status. It's peace of mind. It's waking up without regret. It's being proud of who you see in the mirror. It's having options, freedom, choices. It's creating something that outlives you. It's loving who you are when no one's watching. True success is internal. It's silent. It's humble. But it's powerful. This is the final twist in your story. You started out just wanting to be taken seriously. Now, you don't care who takes you seriously, because the work speaks for itself. You used to chase validation. Now you attract it without trying. You used to be driven by fear. Now you're driven by purpose. They laughed when you started, but you kept going, and that made all the difference. If this story hit home, if you saw even a piece of yourself in this journey, then don't stop here. Keep building, keep pushing, keep going. But also, like this video if it resonated. Subscribe to the channel for more raw, unfiltered motivation. Share this with someone who's just getting started and needs to hear it. And drop a comment below. What are you pushing through right now? This channel exists for people like you, the silent warriors, the ones who don't quit. They might laugh now, but one day they'll ask you how you did it. And you'll smile, because you'll remember this moment. Now go write the next chapter. We believe in you. This is Elevate Your Mindset. Let's rise.